Vince, thank you. 3 men charged with the armed robbery of a popular tattoo artist who was killed in the incident appear in court this afternoon.
It was an odd preliminary hearing because it began and adjourned before finishing, and the charges seem to only partially fit the crime. Beverly Taylor sorts it out.
3 men filed into the Milwaukee County courtroom, one by one. 23-year-old Nicholas Smith, 23-year-old Anthony Perkins, and 22-year-old Robert Cameron. They're accused of conspiracy to commit robbery with the use of force as party to a crime. The victim, 24-year-old Russell Setum, a well-known tattoo artist. His mother is hoping for more charges.
Yeah, my son was murdered, and I do want a murder charge for whoever is guilty.
According to the criminal complaint, on April 29th, Russell Setum drove to his mother's house. She was outside and witnessed someone wearing a black hoodie with the hood over their head rush around a neighbor's yard to Russell's car. Leona Setum told police she saw her son go to his knees, raising his hands in the air. The suspect asked for Russell Setum's jacket and shoes. As she begged the gunman not to shoot her son, he told her, "Sorry, Mama," and shot her son in the head, and then shot her in the foot. Russell's car was stolen and later found stripped and burned. Leona Setum refused to go inside the courtroom, but said she had to be here.
I don't think I could handle it. I'm really not ready to see their faces.
Inside the courtroom, the prosecution called one witness to the stand, Officer Kenneth Ma, the first officer to respond to the shooting.
When I confirmed that it was a body, that's when I went up to the body and called for more squads on scene.
Then the proceeding adjourned to be continued June 7th, and a heartbroken woman left the courthouse.
They made some very poor decisions that night. And if they would be one of their mothers that this has happened to, or their brothers or cousins, they would feel exactly like I'm feeling, angry and brokenhearted.
When we talk about the charges, Setum says she's hoping and expecting more. She says she's been told that the case is still under investigation and it's a process. As to why the preliminary hearing stopped after only one witness and then was rescheduled, well, it happens that 2 of the attorneys are in the midst of trials and they just couldn't juggle both. Reporting live outside Milwaukee County Courthouse, Beverly Taylor, Fox 6 News.
A horrible twist to a horrible crime. A mother begging robbers not to shoot her son, but they did right in front of her. And tonight we're learning those robbers may have had help from a Milwaukee police officer. Myra Senchik with the new allegations.
22 years old, fresh out of the police academy, Danielle Scott wanted to make police work her career. 2 months after she became an officer, still on probation, Police Chief Ed Flynn fired her.
We have a code of conduct that we take seriously. We conduct thorough investigations of wrongdoing, and we hold ourselves accountable.
The firing was in May. Now Scott is criminally charged with aiding a felon. A criminal complaint says that felon was Nicholas Smith. Smith was Scott's boyfriend and the father of her child. Smith is now one of 3 accused of robbing Russell Setum in front of his mother's house near 48th and Wright in April. Setum's mother begged for her son's life. The complaint says one of the men shot Setum execution style, killing him. The complaint says Smith used Scott's car when he committed the crime. And the complaint goes on to say Smith and the shooter went to Scott's home and told her about the crime. She went to work the next day, allegedly looking up information about the investigation on the police computer. And when a detective asked Scott why she didn't tell them Smith saw the murder, the complaint says she told them, quote, "I knew from the get-go I wasn't honest with you." Scott will be in court on Friday. She faces a possible 3.5 years.
6:02 this morning, police officers take a vow to protect and serve the public, not felons.
But that's what an ex-police officer is accused of doing in Milwaukee. CBS 58's Brittany McDonald joins us now live from the courthouse to explain. Brittany?
Yeah, that's right. Former Milwaukee police officer 22-year-old Danielle Scott is accused of protecting suspects in a murder, and today for that she faces a judge here at Milwaukee County Courthouse. So where does this all start? Well, it's connected to her boyfriend, the father of her child, one of 4 men charged in connection with the execution-style murder of tattoo artist Russell Setum. The men robbed Setum of his clothes and SUV and then shot him to death. One of the men also shot and injured his mother after she begged them not to kill her son. So where does Danielle Scott come in? Well, 2 of the men, her boyfriend and another, went to her house hours after doing this, told her what they had done, and she kept it from investigators. Prosecutors say she was also found tapping into police records to help the men and the car her boyfriend was driving the night of the murder was hers. Scott was fired last May, 2 months after graduating from the police academy, and she's now charged with harboring and aiding a felon and was granted a $500 signature bond in court earlier this month. But this morning, she has her preliminary hearing here in court. Live at the Milwaukee County Courthouse, Brittany McDonald, CBS 58 News.